right, welcome everybody. Welcome to Adventures with Captain Ray Kelly Live. It's Thursday night, 7 p.m. And I have another great show scheduled with an awesome guest, Rob Camarda. If you saw the promo post, and I fly with Rob a lot. He's a good friend of mine, and he's taught me a lot over the years now. I pick his brain every time I fly with him, and he's more than happy to share his knowledge. He's going to share his knowledge with you guys tonight, and I appreciate you all tuning in. Really, I do. The show wouldn't be a success if you did not tune in. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, but I have to say, the chat has flew by already, and I think Warren was number one. Um, and I know Josh, he checked in early. And Scott checked in early. It's always good to see those guys. And Scotty Jackrabbit, he's in the chat. And I know I saw John Olson in the chat, and Angel was in the chat. How you doing, Angel? Good to see you. And Philip Koshot's watching tonight. Thank you, Philip. And John, Connecticut Pirate, is in there. So how you doing, John? And I had the pleasure of flying with John, and I was hoping he would come over, and he did. I had just seen him the weekend before that at the Northeast Drone meetup, uh, that him and Josh and Steve Jeunesse put together. And I got and Holly helped out a lot. Holly Gregory, that is, the Pirate Queen. And Mark Fisher was also helping. Actually, he was sort of the MC at the event. And it was just a great event, really. For the first annual Northeast Drone meetup, it was actually phenomenal. There were a lot of drone pilots, a lot of new pilots that I met too, and that was good. I enjoyed meeting the new pilots, and I love seeing the old timers too. But anyway, I'm going to show a little of that. Well, maybe I'll do it now, and I'll get back to the names very shortly. But did I say hello to Scotty? Because he's number 21 on the South Florida Drone Meetup list. Anyway, we can't let Rick hear that though. Hey, Drone Okie, how you doing? Good to see you. Um, but anyway, let me show a little bit of. Did I say hello to Brian, Waypoint, New England, and Jim Anderson, and John Olson? All right, and Steve. Steve, he did a great thing at the Northeast Drone Meetup, and you'll see it in my video. So let me show that video right now. Andrew's in the chat. I just happen to have Andrew's pen right here. He was giving away pens at the Northeast Drone Meetup, and I was lucky enough to get one of them. But anyway, um, now let's see if I remember how to show video. So sometimes we blow the whole stream when you do this. But anyway, it's just a short little video. Actually, it's my entry in the video contest. And hopefully it's showing. There it is.
There's a whole bunch going on here. So first off, I just want to thank everybody for showing up the most. And in no specific order, we've got a bunch of sponsors that I'd like to mention.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you guys. Look who I'm with. Look at this nice couple right here. I'm telling you, it's Rob and Johnny. So say a few words.
Johnny's cheating on me.
We're Gumbada Cheeches.
Yeah, that's
What's up? Oh, and then we got Mike, the photo bomber.
Oh, I'm telling you, we had such a good time. And Mark Fisher showed me where the troll was, and then I took Johnny and Al to see the troll the next day.
All the sponsors, because I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be possible with all these sponsors.
And there's Steven Drones. He flew that American flag up with his drone, and that was a highlight. Let me tell you guys. So hats off, really, to everybody involved with putting on that Northeast Drone Meetup. I had such a good time. I really did. And I'm looking forward to next year already. But anyway, I would like everybody to give a warm welcome to my special guest. He's in the back room. He's enjoying his shrimp and lobster. And that's Rob Camarda, and he's coming to us all the way from Long Island.
Hey,
Hey,
what's
Rob,
up, guys? Girls and
how you,
guys, how's everybody?
how you doing?
Living a dream or a nightmare, depending on your perspective.
Yeah. Well, you're a busy guy. I know you work nights primarily, and you don't get off until early in the morning, and then you need your beauty sleep, so you can't fly with me a lot during the week.
Yeah, obviously, I need a lot more beauty sleep than I'm getting. So,
But anyway, I was so glad that you went to the Northeast Drone meetup.
y- you know, I love the drone meetups. All of these meetups just bring me back to earth and make me not listen to the news anymore. And you get to see real people from all walks of life, which is great. And we all just that's what we all need to do is forget the news and just talk to each other.
Yeah. What was your before we get into more of your personal flying, but what was your highlight at the Northeast Drone meetup?
The highlight. I want to
Or
say
high point?
well, it wasn't exact. It was, not knowing where to put my eating chicken wings on Friday night.
Chicken wing Rob.
I got a lot of abuse. It was either that or the watermelon lavender vodka I had on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm telling you. We had such a good time, you
Yeah,
know. And that's what it's all about, these drone meetups. Not so much about flying, but I got quite a bit of flying in, you
yeah.
know.
You did a lot. You did a lot.
And you brought the Matrice 4T
Yes.
with you.
Yeah, I had a little fun with it at the hotel with Audley, Deneen, and a couple of guys that were 420 friendly. I had put it up, put the spotlights on them, and said "warning," through the speakers on the drone. And they were like, they look and they panic, and then they started cracking up. They're like, "That's so wrong," but that was so funny.
Yeah. Well, that's a very impressive drone. I saw
Yeah,
it when we flew at the state capitol building that morning, the following morning, and I tell you, I was really impressed with it.
I have a lot to learn with it. There's software that I'm still learning. I can't get it to really work with my laptop. I may need to get a better laptop. Um, the Terra software that the DJI mapping software.
Okay.
I have a lot to learn. So before I start
Yeah.
putting it, I really haven't used it other than to just try to learn the features and how to get in and out of them, and how to get in and out of each feature smoothly without
Yeah.
having, you learn. But for me, I learn by doing. So I just
Well,
have to constantly do it and muscle memory and then be fluid with
it
it.
was coincidental that you're talking about that loudspeaker because you sent it up at the Capitol building and you used that loudspeaker on us.
Yes.
And the next thing you know, we're being turned into the police
Oh,
for
I have.
flying there.
Before I forget, and I have to apologize to Josh and everyone involved with the Northeast Drone meetup. I did something a little cheesy, and I really should have thought it through a little bit better, but they were very gracious in how they handled it. So you and I have a friend, Jamie Shaw, who has a drone washing business. He also sells some drones and stuff on the side. And I asked if I could put flyers out, and they let me. And then afterwards, I started thinking about it. I'm like, he didn't sponsor the event, nor did I. And they really could have said no, and I wouldn't have been offended at all, but they didn't. So I apologize, and I'll make it up to them next year, I promise. So I apologize to you all.
Nah, there's no need to apology for that. That's for sure. Because I know Jamie personally, he was on my show in the past, and he definitely does have a great business that he
Yeah.
started up, and it's really expanding. And I know your heart is in the right place, Rob. That's for sure.
Yeah. I
Um,
was just a friend trying to help a friend, but it's not, it wasn't the right thing to do. And again, I thought about it, well after the fact. Hold on, my little buddy wants to say hello. Give me a minute.
Jax? Oh, we're gonna have Jax on the show tonight?
Yeah, he wants to say hello.
Oh, there's Jax. Okay. Hey, Jax. Jax, you been a good boy?
Say hello. Yeah, he's not Cujo right now.
Just to let you know, we can't say nothing bad about Mark Fisher. He's in the chat now.
No.
So.
You're taking up the whole show. Here, you're gonna hear him turn into Cujo now.
And so is Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? And now Warren's in the chat. How you doing, Warren?
Everybody's here.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So have you been flying much here for fun, or is it strictly fire department?
Strictly fire department, and a lot of training. We have a bunch of new pilots in the system. Of a couple of fights that I've done that we talked about where I had gotten a waiver. There was a presidential waiver, presidential TFR, and I had gotten a waiver, which was an interesting process.
Tell us about that flight. What were you doing?
So we were doing Overwatch for a 9/11 memorial service here in Syosset. And we requested a presidential waiver about 6 hours before the event. And it's a process. It's short notice, but it's a process. And it wasn't just an email with an attached waiver document. It was a couple of phone calls and interesting conversations. And wow, I don't know why I can't speak tonight. So one of the things that we had to do, I literally had to text. I was given a number.
Hey, Brent.
To text when we took off and landed. So we had to notify the Secret Service when we took off and landed, but I had to actually have a conversation with the person first, who never identified themselves, which I thought was hysterical. And I have the number saved in my phone under Secret Service.
Yeah, well,
just in case.
That's a pretty good thing. I mean, I was very impressed when you told me about it.
Yeah, I was shocked that we got it.
Yeah.
I was very shocked. And right now I can't fly at all because of the Riders Cup, and there's I guess the president's in town for that.
Right. He's coming in town tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So there's a TFR that's covering the bulk of New York City and Long Island.
Oh, he's in town, I think, tonight.
Yeah. So no flying tonight.
Yeah.
What I wanted to ask,
I didn't check. I don't know if it comes out this far. I don't think it does.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
When he moves out the that page, it will.
No, I don't think so, because I looked at it. It doesn't go out that far.
Oh, I could check right now. Go ahead. You're going to ask me something?
Yeah, I wanted to ask the Secret Service guy a question, because he had made a statement in our conversation that, I had asked him, "Hey, would you even?"
Yeah, I'm in the red. I'm in the red.
Yeah. Oh, you are? Wow.
Yeah, I'm in the red. Yeah.
So I was thinking about where we intend to fly in the secret spot.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll be good then. Yeah. Mm-hmm. At the secret location. Yeah.
Yes, at the secret location. So I had asked the Secret Service, would you even know if we were flying? He goes, "We see everything." Literally was the answer he gave me. And I'm like, okay. I wanted to ask him because we wanted to get some. So for that waiver, it was literally for me and that one specific drone. We have 3 other drones in our department, or 2 other drones in the department. So the waiver was specific to the pilot and the drone. What if I flew one of the other drones inside of our headquarters, not outside?
Oh, inside. Yeah.
Is that?
Technically, you're inside, so
right. It doesn't apply. FAA rules don't apply, but I also don't want to start a whole thing.
No, I wouldn't. No, definitely not. What's Mark saying? I have to fly along Air Force One with my Mini Fly Pro. They called and invited him. Yeah, okay, Mark. Well, if anybody can pull that off, you can pull it off, Mark.
Mark has so much energy he could run next to Air Force One with his Ronin and get a better shot than with a Mini 5. Such a ball.
If he don't get hit by a car, you know. So, but anyway, hope you're doing better, Mark. By the way, with that I know you were in pain. So, Anyway, if anybody has any questions for Rob, please put them in the chat. I'll try to keep an eye out, like I
Yeah,
always do.
there's no
And then
way I could keep up with the
I
chat.
miss them, but you look out for the questions too.
I can never keep up with the chats.
Now I can see why Dennis Lovelady likes to put that word request, and it pops out. So maybe I'll have to start something like that. Question. But anyway, well, I enjoy flying with you, Rob. I really do. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
glad we're going to fly on Saturday. And it looks like the weather's going to cooperate.
I hope so. It looks like it'll be cloudy, which is not a bad thing. It just makes for some more dramatic shots if the sun can peek through, which is
Yes.
the goal. It's better than a clear
Yeah.
blue sky.
Well, we got a question from John, Connecticut Pirate.
Yeah.
What's Rob's favorite flavor of chicken wings?
I like the traditional buffalo style chicken wings.
Yeah. And Jeremy wants to know, what is your favorite current drone?
My favorite drone is the DJI Neo. It's my absolute. I have just a.
Really? I would have never thought you would have said that.
I have so much fun with that drone. I fly it without fear. I let kids fly it all the time, so they get there you go.
I just happen to have it right here.
I think right now that's my favorite drone, because if you crash it and destroy it, which is really impossible to do, it's $200 to replace it, and that's it.
Yes.
That's it. So I'm very fearful flying any other equipment right now, because you're not getting it repaired. With DJI Care Refresh, it's not happening.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, I'm enjoying flying this also.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I flew it Sunday, and I had a good time flying it down at the Patchogue Lighthouse. But anyway, we got a question from Andrew. Can you read it, Rob?
Rob, the speaker that I was on the drone at the meetup. Was it pre-recorded or so that I pre-recorded there, but I could have done it as a public announcement. I could have done it directly from the controller to the speaker on the drone.
Right.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah. No, those speakers, they work pretty good on drones. I know. I have a speaker set up, Start RC speaker set up, and not that I use it, but
to answer that other question, I fly with the controller.
Yeah, go ahead.
I fly with the controller. Someone had asked the question: do I fly with the goggles or the controller? The Neo, I fly with the controller, not with the goggles. I don't have the goggles that work with the Neo because I'm cheap. I still I do fly the DJI FPV. Actually, I should have put a video up. I didn't do that, but I'm getting pretty good with the FPV. I'm just still scared to take off and land without having the GPS stabilized mode and doing it. So I'm still a coward.
Hey, Dusty, how you doing, Dusty? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah. No. I remember the day you gave me the goggles at Jones Beach. We were flying Jones Beach. You let me fly that Neo in the parking lot.
No, that was the Avata.
Oh, yeah, you're right. It was the Avata. And I flew it like a regular GPS drone.
Yeah.
with the goggles.
Yeah, it's a GPS stabilized drone. Oh, were you using the motion controller or were you using the sticks?
No, I was using the sticks, and it made it much better for me.
Yeah, I prefer the sticks over the motion controller. I just feel it's more precise movement.
Yeah, but I tell you, I mean, you have any intentions of getting this new Mini 5 Pro that's out?
I do want a smaller drone. I do want the Mini 5. I want to see what happens in December before I make another investment.
Okay.
But I do want the Mini 5. I do want a nice small drone to travel with.
What do you think's going to happen in December?
I have no idea.
I didn't prep them for this, guys.
So what I don't like is, well, the president had signed an executive order to put a committee together to review a security review of DJI, right? Specifically,
Right.
or Chinese manufactured drones. So not DJI specifically. With that said, there's no committee that was appointed. So no one's assigned to head this committee. There's no funding for the committee. And with the way the executive order was written, if it's not reviewed by December, by default, it's banned.
Right.
That's
That's
I
what I
don't
think.
I don't want to get into politics, but that's very disingenuous. You know,
That'll be a good way. Well, not a good way. As far as I'm concerned, it's a bad way. And again, the government's not releasing everything that they know what's going on with these drones. So I have to say, hopefully, the government will do the right thing. That's all I can say.
I'm hoping
So,
it's going to be like a TikTok thing, and it'll get a 90-day, another 90 days, another 90 days, another 90
yes.
days.
And then he'll sign a deal like he did today
Right.
with TikTok.
And I hope that's the goal, right? Is to force.
Right.
I'm hoping the goal is to force DJI to open up a facility in
invest.
the United
Yes.
States and then build those drones here, right?
I've been saying that. I've been sort of
I'm
suggesting
hoping that's
that.
the goal.
They're
I
not
don't-
listening to me, though.
Yeah, they don't listen to us small people.
But anyway, Barkley's not lurking tonight, Rob,
Yeah,
because
he's
you're
all
in. I mean, you're on the show.
Yeah, Barkley's all
Good to see
in.
Barkley. Actually, Barkley was number one. Yeah, he checked in early this afternoon, and it's always good to see Barkley.
Barkley's such a polite guy with Karens when they show up. The first year that I went to your meetup, which was I think your second year or third year, right?
Right.
The second year my flight got canceled. The third year I went, and we were flying at Jensen Beach the day before the event, before your meetup, and of course a Karen gets involved, and I guess I was in a bad mood that morning because my guinea got up right away and I literally just walked away. I walked away and was like, and he looked at me like, "Where are you going?" And he's saying to this lady, "Would you like some water?" He's just handling it like a consummate professional.
Yeah, right. And it's good to do it that way.
Yeah, that moment.
And that's sort of what you did when we were searching for the missing swimmer, and we were approached by a couple of Karens or inquisitive people.
Yes,
and no. you handled it perfectly.
I handled it assertively, not politely. And that's my default defense mechanism. I have two default defense mechanisms. Joke about it and make light of the situation, or become assertive. And there has to be more of a middle ground in my personality. I'm 58 years old. I'm not going to change. I am who I am.
It's probably just as well I was flying when that happened, because I might not have handled it as tactfully as you.
Well,
but anyway.
I just asked, I think I asked her, I go, well, what are your concerns? Well,
yes.
I think that's where I started.
But I had said, please tell them that we're searching for a missing swimmer.
Right.
And you had already done that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got a question from Bob Casey. Bob, that thin blue line flag, I bought it in North Carolina in the mountains of Boone. You know what Boone is? That's where I bought that one. Yes. So
they're all saying hello
any
to each other.
Questions? I'm trying to see if there's any questions for you. And
there's no questions.
I see RJ Reddings. Hey, how you doing, RJ? Good to see you. And Jacob's in the house tonight. How you doing, Jacob? I think I said it last week, but I'll make you a moderator. I promise. I will. I had a very busy week. I had doctor's appointments and MRI appointments. And anyway, blood test. Got to throw in the blood test.
I hope you passed all your blood tests.
I didn't get the results yet. So we'll see what happens. But anyway, I was going to show a video, and that was going to be Jacob, who was at the meetup, the Northeast Drone meetup. but I can't find his YouTube channel if he has one, and I don't know how to share from Instagram and those kind of posts. But so I
Ray,
apologize for that.
I also put up a thermal
And
imaging
that's what I was
video.
just going to get to now.
So
Yes.
before you go to those pictures, I put up I don't know if you could see it,
Yep.
but it's the
Yep.
last
I
thing
could
I
see it.
put
Let me
up.
bring it up.
This is of a fire, a commercial
Oh,
building.
you
fire.
put something else up?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep, there it is.
Oh, wow. Look at this.
So this is a commercial building fire with collapse. There were actually 4 tower ladders on scene. And I know you really can't tell in this video, but it's very hard for the nozzle operators on each tower ladder to actually see what the stream is hitting. So the incident commander was literally, giving out calls to each tower ladder. Hey, I need your stream to go up higher, or I need it to go to the left or go to the right. And it's all based on the hot spots he could see with the drone.
Yeah.
Which you
Look at that.
which you wouldn't be able to see.
Yeah.
But
No, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. So
It
this
is.
shot was done with the Autel Evo 2. This particular footage. So it's very very short. Yeah, thank you, Eddie.
Yeah. But I tell you, I remember the first time you showed me the thermal camera on your Autel. Do you remember when it was? Probably not.
I
It
don't
was at
know.
the Rhode Island drone meetup, the one and only Rhode Island drone meetup. And you had showed me how it works, and I was so impressed with
that
it.
drone is I sold that drone. I sold the Autel a little over a month and a half ago, to use that money to buy the Matrice 4T.
Yeah.
So,
and how do you like that, the Matrice 4T? I mean, do you love it?
It's great. So the Autel was my go-to drone for commercial stuff. Cell tower inspections and things like that. It was absolutely my go-to, because it was a beast. It flew really, really well. Where most of what I do is technical flying. It's not cinematic. It's about getting the images you need, and not about creating a smooth, fluid shot in a video.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we have a question from Bob Casey for you. Rob C., how long have you been with the fire department? And what rank are you now?
Yeah, so my rank in theory is ex-captain. Believe it or not, that's a rank. I was a cap. I forget when I was cap. Actually, it's on the wall behind me. When was I captain? From 2016 to 24. No, that's backwards. 2012 to 2016, I was captain. Now I'm ex-captain. Believe it or not, that is a rank, and I've been a member of the department since April of 2002.
Yeah, but when did you start up the robotics unit? And tell people how that started. A lot of new people, they don't know your story.
So it's going back now, I think 3.5 to 4 years ago. We started the drone program as an experimental program. So the commissioners were not sure what uses you can get from drones, because, again, even as little as 3.5, 4 years ago, most people didn't understand the tech that was built in, i.e., the thermal imaging, which is key, right? It's a game changer. When you do, as a firefighter, as an incident commander, it just gives you a 360-degree view of the building by standing in one spot, and you're not depending on radio communications. So even in the shot that you still have up on the screen, you have exterior hand lines working, and one in the what would be the exposure 3 side of the building or the back side of the building, there were a lot of obstacles being trees. We literally had to cut trees down in order to have proper engine operations to get enough
Yeah.
water on the fire. So that there's a lot that goes into it, and the incident commander really wouldn't have seen that if he didn't have an instant 360 degree
That
view.
Overwatch, I think, is so important, and not to mention you can see those hot spots.
Right. So obviously, this fire was well into is well
So what
into it.
happened after the experimental program?
So
What happened?
the experimental program was done with my personal equipment, the Ortel, and with no cost to the department. So after a 12-month review, they decided it was a good idea. I think I flew 4 or 5 actual calls, 2 structure fires.
Hey, Brad.
But even on the calls that didn't have fires, I was constantly sending the chiefs and the commissioners incident pictures, and they were using it in training. Hey, here was a call. There was smoke condition, no actual fire, but it showed pictures of every window on a house being laddered, on the second floor, which is key,
Yes.
right? Which hey, this is important because if something bad were to happen, the members need a quick way out, right?
Yes.
And it's very important to have every window laddered and training purposes and things like that. They're like, okay, we can understand the purpose.
Yeah.
So then, with the help of Jack Lord, who's a paid member of the department, he's a dispatcher. He's also a supervisor. He's the guy that's really pushing, and he has a bigger vision of this robotics unit program than did I. He's really pushing the envelope and getting a lot out of the commissioners. Because of him, we have 3 drones, right? We have the Matrice 4T, we have the Mavic 3 thermal, and we have a Nevada for training, right?
That's amazing.
We also
Come a long way.
We also have a response vehicle now with a monitor built into the vehicle and separate monitors and a battery backup system. And the vehicle has an inverter and Wi-Fi built in. That it's all going towards the goal of eventually having a DFR program, a drone for first responder program.
Right.
And now it's actually even growing. We have monthly meetings in Mineola with Nassau County Police, the legislator, Nassau County Department of OEM, Mineola Fire Department, Atlantic Beach Fire Department. We're trying to pull in all of the Nassau County drone units and create a standard that we can all understand. If we all understand what our capabilities are, because every department may or may not have a thermal imaging drone.
Right.
And you want to send the right equipment to the right call at the right time, right? So it's important to have a standard and to understand what everybody has, so that when you're mutual aiding to other districts or other departments for their calls, they understand who you are and your equipment and how you can help them.
Well, I gotta say, I know you don't like blowing your own horn, but you did an amazing thing here. You volunteered the use of your own drones, and you had the program evaluated. And I mean, I knew it was going to be successful right off of the bat. And then when it was officially, launched and the department funded it, that's a big thing, Rob. And it's because of you, to be honest with you. So congratulations, and thank you again for your service.
What I like is the biggest detractors or the biggest.
And Ronnie's in the chat. We got to say hello to Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie.
God bless America.
The members the commissioners and chiefs who were dead set against it, just because they didn't see the use or the why spend the money, and it's expensive. It's not inexpensive. Really didn't see the use. They're now like the biggest proponents for it's whatever you need. Anything we've asked for, they've said okay. They haven't said no.
And that's great. That is.
Yeah.
And Michael, I don't know if I said hello to Michael. He's in the chat now. And if anybody has any questions, for Rob, put it in the chat. I'm trying to keep an eye out for questions. But if I tell you, Rob, really, again, hats off to you. And now it's time for the tip of the week. So let me see if I can bring up my little tip. It sort of flashed before. And my tip is just do a pre-flight check, guys, before you send up your drone. I mean, they teach you that. If anybody did any studying, they teach you to do that. And I've done it. And I still have my original checklist sheet in my drone. And 99% of the time I do it. But on Sunday, I forgot a basic thing on my checklist, and is there an SD card in your drone? And I set the drone up, and there was no SD card in there, so my internal storage was full, and I had to bring the drone right back down and put that SD card in because I had extra SD cards with me. So always do your pre-flight checks. Do you have a tip for the viewers, Rob?
I do. I was prepared this time. No matter the mission, safety starts before the prop spin. Always know your airspace. Have a visual observer when needed, and never fly beyond what you or your drone can safely handle.
Yeah, that's a good one. It is.
Chat GPT.
Well, I'll have to say, really, when you started reading that in the back room to me, I'm saying, how does he know this stuff? So now we know how Rob knows all this good information. Hey, Captain Joe, how you doing? So, no, I enjoy doing a tip of the week. They're nothing real sophisticated, but yours was very sophisticated. So, and I don't see any other questions for you. And I'm trying to keep up with the chat, but it's
Do
a
you want to
lost
go to
cause.
the
Hey,
two?
Mark, how you doing, Mark? What were you going to say, Rob?
Do you want to go to the Overwatch pictures for the swimming event?
Yes,
Or do
yes,
you
we
want
can
to
do
go to the
that.
robotics roundup?
Let's see.
I would go with the color picture first before the thermal picture.
Yes, Mark. Yes, there's a TFR in place. Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes, there is.
We cannot fly anywhere in and around that for 30 miles, 30-mile radius.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's big.
So, all right, let's go to these pictures. Let me just flash Bob Casey's comment up. Yep. And I'll get back to the comments shortly. All right, you want to do the robotics one? Let's see if I can get it. No, see that? Or you want to do thermal imaging? I can get that up
Well,
quick.
I would do the
The other
RGB
one?
picture first. Yeah,
All right, here we go.
just so that people could say, oh, so you went to the robotics roundup.
Oh, okay.
So we've had a pretty busy summer. So if you look at this, it's a 3-page article that Jack Lord writes, and I kind of chime in here or there, just some verbiage changes. So from June 15th to September 15th, we had 123 flights. 79 of those 123 were actual operational flights, and 44 were training. So that's 15 hours, 38 minutes of actual flight time for calls, which is huge. It's a lot of flight time in a quarter on actual calls. Jack and I did not expect to have this many flight hours and this many calls. If you look at nationally, the use of drones on calls, it actually adds up to about 1% of total calls, and we're above that. We're well above that 1%. So again, this just shows every day we're learning new ways to use the drone every single day, which would bring us to those next pictures you have, right? I would go to the.
Yeah, but did you see Eddie's comment about Stevie Bronx? I'm telling you. Well, he did put out a nice video. I mean,
Yeah,
I
he did.
enjoyed it. So, all right, here's the pictures.
So
You want to
that's
talk about this one first or the other one?
actually, I'd rather go to the other one and just show the difference. So this is all right, let me back up. So this was a swimming event, a fundraising event where swimmers were swimming from Glen Cove, Long Island to Larchmont, New York. And for the people who don't know, it's about a 5K swim. And these swimmers, to their credit, did it in about 2 hours,
Wow.
which is incredible. So we were tasked with overwatch from our side, right, from the Long Island side. The Mineola Fire Department was in Westchester County on the Larchmont side, and using drone sense, we had sectors set up for each drone, and to this way we can have full coverage, because obviously we're not flying a drone out 5 kilometers. It's not happening. So this is an image from probably 600 yards out at this point, and you just see kayaks next to the swimmers and the swimmers. What I did not expect to see, now you can go to the thermal imaging. So this is the same picture just with thermal imaging. And if you notice, behind each swimmer and each kayak is a huge trail.
Yeah.
So I put this image up with 2 other images because I didn't expect to see this. This was our first overwatch mission over water, and it was just something I didn't expect to see. So I had asked, I had put in a public safety group on Facebook. I had asked the question, is this an anomaly based on the water was almost like glass that day? There was little to no wind. It was between 68 and 75 degrees at the time of this picture, and the water temperature was identical, 68 to 75 degrees.
Yeah, right.
So I didn't know if this was an anomaly or something that is seen or expected to be seen all the time. And evidently, from the feedback I got in the Facebook group,
Yeah, it's a different temperature,
yeah.
so it's going to show up.
So the swimmers
Clearly.
the swimmers are churning the water up from the bottom,
Right.
which is actually depending, it could be colder or warmer, again based on what's going on the surface, but it leaves a huge thermal trail. And in that advice that they had given me, because there was a lot of good feedback in the group, a distressed swimmer, someone who's not treading water really, someone who's just trying to stay above water, you're not going to see a long trail like this because they're not swimming for distance. They're just swimming to stay above water.
Right, right.
So again, there's things to look
I
out
personally
for.
think this is a very, very impressive photo.
Yeah,
it says a lot.
Again, I did not expect to see this, and when we were in thermal imaging, I'm like, "What is this? Are they kicking up mud?" Like, and the depth where they were could be anywhere between 40 and 80 feet. They're not picking up mud. No.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Very, very cool, Rob.
And in the UAS for Public Safety group on Facebook, one of the responders put up thermal imaging.
We have a question too from John, just to let you know. Can you see it? He wants to know what's Rob's favorite place to fly, or John Ray to fly.
Wherever there are no seagulls and Ray Kelly at the same time, that's my favorite place to fly.
Yeah. He's taking a chance flying with me on Saturday.
It's so dangerous.
We're going out to Montauk Point, and there's a lot of seagulls out at Montauk Point.
It shouldn't be as aggressive this time of the year.
So, but yeah. Anyway, I felt so bad that day, Rob. I still feel bad about it.
It has nothing to do with you. What I didn't finish saying, so one of the other posts in that UAS for Public Safety group, first responder, there was a lost dog, and corgi, the little teeny tiny corgis, left a trail larger than those swimmers in the water.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Again, it was a relatively cold morning. I got some more details on it, but yeah, pretty impressive. What you can see with thermal imaging.
Yeah, no, I tell you, I am so glad that I bought one, and I bought it from John Gregory, thanks to him. And I'm glad I have one. I really am. But anyway, I'm trying to look at these questions, Rob, and sometimes, okay, use the bathroom. Okay, I don't know what that's all about. Mark, okay. So, hey, did I see John Flynn in the house? Did I pass his name quick? Oh, what happened? I don't know if he's in the house. If you are, John, how you doing? Yeah, he's in the house. How you doing, John? So,
I see Josh is posting a link to for the contest for the North Island New England
oh,
drone.
okay. Yeah, don't forget about that contest, guys.
Listen,
That's for the
Audley's gonna win
Northeast
it hands
Drone Meetup.
down. Just hope for second and third.
Yeah, that's for
Audley,
sure.
isn't he so talented in all of his posts? Isn't it
It's
amazing?
that's amazing. I put 3 words: amazing, awesome, spectacular. I think on
Yeah.
his.
And by the way, I did notice last night when he was on the show with you guys, you said he was the best pilot in New York. You always told me I'm the best pilot in New York. Well, what's going on, Ray?
I know. Well, he paid me more to say that. So, but anyway, um, and Deneen too. Deneen, you got to give
Yeah.
credit to Deneen too. And the two of them were out there at their locations because they sort of did their own thing. And we went to Newport, and they were going to Newport that same afternoon. And
I
they
think
found some great places to fly.
I think you and Johnny, last night with Audley on said those two flew every secret spot in New England in Rhode Island that you could possibly fly. They went everywhere. The
Yes.
shots that they came back with were just amazing.
Well, I tell you, I was glad that we went to Newport, even though it was a long drive and all of that, and the traffic in downtown Newport was horrendous that day. But we had a nice lunch, thanks to you, by the way. Thank you very much. And you had your lavender vodka there.
Watermelon lavender vodka, best drink I've ever had. It was great.
And I was able to buy a shirt from Newport. Got to get a T-shirt. One in Newport.
Yeah. If I wasn't driving, I would have had 3 or 4 of those drinks. Those were great.
And you were nice enough to bring your wife and kids back some stuff.
Yes.
But anyway, I went on from our little luncheon thing, and I went down to the coast there, and I found a secret spot to fly from, and I forget the name of the beach now off the top of my head. But when we pulled in, there were some kites, big kites flying at this state park, and and it was blowing, it was blowing that day. You remember that? And I'm debating whether I'm going to send the Mavic 3 Pro up, and then I said, I'll just keep it low. I'll send it up and keep it low, and that's what I did, and I was able to get a nice little flight in right there in Newport on the coast. So
on that coastline, were you where all those mansions were? Is that where you were?
Yes.
Okay.
So then we went to see Jen Leno's mansion. He wouldn't let us in, though. I was ringing the bell at the gate. He wouldn't let us in.
Just fly the drone in. Just fly the drone right in. I was up in Rhode Island about 25, 30 years ago. We rode that coastline with all the mansions, and there was one turn where we came around where there was a huge cliff, and there were 1,000 kites in the air.
Mm-hmm.
And we're not talking, the little. These were all elaborate kites.
Yes, there was one. Go ahead.
I wanted to get to that on that day when we went to Newport, and the weather just wasn't. It was cloudy. It was overcast. It looked like it was going to rain. The forecast was for rain, and I just was like, all right, I'm going back home.
I know.
So I drove back to the hotel.
You left us. You left us, and you took Johnny with you.
I took Johnny with me. Johnny was like, I'm done too. But the next day, that evening they got some great shots.
I got to do this. I got to do this quick. I got to do this cup quick. You know why?
Why? Uh, if we're gonna show cups, hold on.
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. But anyway, no, again, I thought it was great to fly up there in Newport. I really did, and I would have liked to flew more relaxed on the coast, and got those mansions. And we didn't send up the drone when we were by St. Jay Leno's mansion. Again, it was just too windy.
My
But anyway,
my
Dusty's trying to remind me to do the contest before it gets
do the
too late.
contest.
So we might as well do the contest now. And you don't know what the lucky number is, Rob. This is for the $10 Amazon gift card, the monthly giveaway. So put your numbers in the chat now, and I'll try to keep an eye out for it.
A number between what and what?
1 to 25, the usual. 1 to 25.
So 26 won't work.
And let's see. I missed the first couple already. And I don't see it. Let's see. Okay. No, I don't see it. Somebody was very close. A couple people were close. Probably missed it again, like I always miss it. Oh, look, if somebody keeps putting the same number up too, and they're very close. Are you putting in numbers, Rob? Because I'm not looking at the names.
No, I'm not putting in numbers.
You're eligible.
If I'm on the show, I can't be a prize winner.
You don't know what it is. You don't know. No, Johnny, it's not number 3. Barkley, it's not number 107. So I probably missed it. I'll have to go over it, and somebody will correct me. Oh, somebody got it. I do see it. It's Bob Casey. Bob Casey got the first number 9, as far as I saw. So, Bob, your name will go in the hat. It's number 9, guys. It was number 9. So,
is that
anyway.
a Beatles? Is that a Beatles reference? Number 9?
No, that's actually Roger Maris's number.
Oh, I see. I didn't know that.
I know. So, congratulations, Bob. And that, just to let everybody know, the $10 Amazon gift card is sponsored by John Gregory. So, thank you, John, for that. But anyway, what else? What were we supposed to talk about? Did we cover everything, Rob?
I think we did.
I got to go over the sheet here.
We did robotics roundup. We did the waiver.
I keep a little book now. Instead of little pieces of paper, I keep a little book now. And we talked about the Mini 5 Pro. We sort of talked a little bit about the DJI ban. That's been talked about so much now, but I am very, very concerned about it. And I will be very, very disappointed when if they do get banned.
I think they'll, by far and
it's
large.
still not too late to contact your representatives, guys. So do it. Do it tonight. If you don't do it tonight, do it tomorrow. But you know what the sad part? This is the sad part, Rob. And again, it's politics, but that's okay. It's my live stream. But I wrote to my representatives, and the only 2 that responded to it were Democrats. The Republicans did not respond to it. So that's all I'm going to say. They should have had the courtesy to respond.
100%.
So,
well, the responses you did get, what were the responses? Just
there was a security concern, and they are very concerned about it. And that was from Chuck Schumer, and Kirsten Hillebrand.
Kristen Gillibrand, yeah. What's crazy with the security concerns is in the proposals that the government has for drones manufactured in the United States. What they're accusing the Chinese government of doing is what they're saying they want the capabilities to have access to all of the data when a drone, the United States government. They're saying what they're accusing the Chinese government of doing is exactly what they're demanding in American manufactured drones. It's absurd.
Yeah. I know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, Marcus corrected me. He says Brian got the first number 9. So sorry, Bob. Your name was crossed out. Brian's name is there now, but I'm going to check it tomorrow. double check the whole thing. So, but anyway, Rob, I tell you, it's always fun to have you on. And I said it in the beginning. I always enjoy flying with you. You've taught me a lot over the years, and I mean that. I pick your brain quite a
Yeah,
bit,
like
and you
I've
don't mind. You don't mind
no,
sharing your knowledge,
I think everybody in the drone. I've learned from just about everybody I've met in the drone community. It's
and that's what's good about this drone community and these live streams. People share ideas. They if somebody doesn't know something, they ask a question, and there's somebody in the chat who knows the answer. You know, and that's why it's so important to have you guys in the chat. You know, thank you so much for participating. And I have to say, I'm bad at keeping up with the chat, so I apologize for that. Um, and I see, what else? Like I say, and it's hard to keep a conversation going while you're trying to read
yeah.
comments. Yes,
Oh,
and
the only other thing I didn't touch on that I forgot to touch on, and we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, is Syosset Fire Department. I believe we have the first waiver in Nassau County to fly beyond visual line of sight.
oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, I believe it's the first one. Don't hold me to it, everybody, but
that's a big thing. That
yeah,
is a big thing.
there are a lot of restrictions that go along with it, but we can fly beyond visual line of sight now.
Wow, and that's an effective right now. It's in effect
Yeah,
already.
it's
You
in
got the
effect
waiver,
already. Yes, we have the waiver.
and the reason you got that was why? Tell us the viewers why.
So, specifically search and rescue, it is almost impossible to keep your drone in visual line of sight and search a large park area.
Yeah.
Um, it's pretty much impossible. So unless you have a really good idea of where a missing person is,
Hey,
it's going to
Chris,
be
how you doing? Contest is over.
it's going to be very hard to maintain visual line of sight. And then the other answer to that is if you're flying a structure, there are times where you may have to fly that drone on the opposite side, and your visual observer may or may not be able to see the drone. This way, you
Yes.
can fly it and give a 360-degree view of the structure that we're operating at.
Now, let me ask you this: do you guys have any plans on doing remote launching?
Well, that's what the DFR program would be. So,
Yes,
drone
right.
for first responders would be a remote launch.
Hmm.
And that, depending, again, so if this ban goes through, there's no way we'll get a DFR program. It will just be too cost prohibitive right now. I mean, Brinks is the only one that would be even close to what DJI has as far as drone in a box, and their drone is $500,000.
Wow,
You
that's
want a set?
that's
You
some
want a
price
second
tag.
drone? You want a second drone in a box? It's 500,000. Like we figured there'd be like a discount after the first one.
Yeah,
That there's no. We're a pretty fortunate department. I'll leave it there. And I mean, I can't see major departments, even the FDNY or NYPD making that kind of purchase.
right, right. I know.
It's especially when for roughly $160,000, you could buy 4 or 5 DJI drone in the boxes, right? For
Yeah.
so much less.
Well. The other thing. Well, again, hats off to you, Rob, because you've done a great thing there at the Syosset Fire Department. Really, with the robotics unit. You know, when you took it from using your own drones to you know a full budget for it. You got your own vehicle now, and you got, I think you said 9 drone pilots, right? Trying
Yes,
9,
yes.
and that's great. It really is, and it's all because of you.
And
So
all of our pilots are currently going through Pilot Institute to get their 107.
yes,
Yeah, so
yes, that's great. So I got to say thank you for being on tonight, Rob. Really, you were a great guest as usual, and I look forward to flying with you on Saturday. Looks like the weather's going to cooperate for us, and that'll be good. You've flown the Montauk Lighthouse in the past, but I've never been out there. It's been on my drone bucket list now since I've been starting to fly. So hopefully we'll get some great shots of the Montauk Lighthouse and another secret spot. So, and thank you everybody in the chat for tuning in. I didn't talk about the South Florida Drone Meetup. It's been scrolling along the bottom there, but we're having our 6th annual South Florida Drone Meetup on April 10th to the 13th, 2026 in Jensen Beach, Florida. It's really a good time. Ask anybody who's been there, and that's why they're coming back. We have 110 people signed up on the list already to attend. It's free to come. So, we got prizes. I got them here. I showed them on the Fly for Fun show last night and last week. I'm not going to show them every week, but we got Neos that we're going to be giving away right now, thanks to some generous sponsors. And we're going to have a lot more giveaways. That's for sure. So, Rob, if you want to say your goodbyes and anything you'd like to promote, now it's the time.
Well, nothing to promote, but and I thank everyone for listening to my boring fire department stuff. I appreciate it. Just remember, drones are opening doors for businesses, safety, and community services. And I encourage you all to keep flying responsibly. Wishing you all safe skies and a good night. That's it. Chat GPT makes you sound professional.
Oh, I'm telling you, Rob, you sound so good. Hey, and Uncle Bill's in the chat now. Hey, Bill, but we got to say goodbye, Bill. But thanks for popping in. And Bill's a big part of the drone meetup committee. Just to let everybody know, he makes the arrangements for the meet and greet at Sticks, and that's all because of Bill Ronayne. We look forward to going there, and I'm sure he's going to do it again for 2026. But we haven't really talked about it. So anyway, and I got to say thank you again to everybody in the chat for tuning in tonight. I'll be on again, same time, same place next week. And in the meantime, get out there, fly for fun, but most importantly, fly safely. And we'll see you again next week, everybody. Good night, everybody.